Here we are in a control tower at Manston International Airport with Paul Marston. Brand new project, sir. Tell us a little bit about your brand new project.
Well, it doesn't seem that new to me because we've been working on it now for about 10 months because obviously all these things don't happen overnight, they take time. And it's so far still moving in the right direction. You'd be lying if you said it hasn't been challenging because these things always are. Motorsport in this country is not the most popular thing in some respects, in some areas, which is why we've seen so many tracks close. I mean, Shakespeare County Raceway,
Northfield,
yeah, we've lost a few, and so we first came here quite a while ago with Owen Forrest doing some filming with Motor Addicts, and it just looked like there was an opportunity. So over a period of time, we've slowly moved forward. It's like anything, you just look at it from the point of view, okay, we'll devote some time to this, see if we can get anywhere with it. And we've got to the stage now where yes, we will run a full season as much as we can in 2025. We've got 7 events scheduled, and we're going to do some 8th mile grassroots heads-up drag racing.
So it's going to be grassroots, interesting concept. It's a bit like no prep, bring it along, have a go.
Yeah, I mean, we're combining two things. We're combining no prep with the fact that this is an airfield, and to be fair, in this country, that's where drag racing started.
Yeah.
It started at airfields, at Blackbush and many others, and so, we're kind of reinventing the wheel. We're going back in time, doing the same as what's been done before, but it worked before, and hopefully we've got a chance it'll work again.
I guess with the safety side of things, and obviously here, things have to be put in place, the rule books and everything else.
Yeah.
That takes time. Obviously contracts need to be signed. How does that work for you?
Yeah. Manston's got nothing. Where we are in particular, there's nothing. There's no water, there's no power, so we've had to bring everything. Obviously with my background being in doing festivals and things of that sort, I did all the festival work at Santa Pod for 10, 12 years.
Yeah.
But you don't start with nothing. Santa Pod's got loads of lovely facilities. It's a great facility. So you just have to provide the production. Whereas here, we've got to bring everything. So it's different. Also, as you alluded to, you've got to have the correct safety. You've got to have a governing body. You've got to have ambulance. You've got to have fire crew. You've got to have everything that you think of. Let me just. Can we just really stop that for a sec, just so I can speak to this?
So on the safety side of things, that's you need a governing body. Like you say, ambulances and all that sort of facility.
Yeah.
You've got to have all that here in case anything goes on, which we hope doesn't. But these things have to be in place.
Yeah. As well. You know me. I've raced for a long time, so. I'm well aware because the people that are going to come and compete at these events are my friends. So apart from anything else, you look after your own, and we definitely make sure it's obviously in the forefront of my mind, the fact that we have to have all the equipment that we need to. The paramedics that we're using are motorsport paramedics. They're used to working at circuits, so they know what needs to happen. In fact, they've done a lot of short oval tracks, which I would imagine has a lot more carnage than we're ever likely to have. So they're experienced, and they're the right kind of people. They know what's involved with what we're going to need and what to expect.
Yeah. So looking forward, you've got a contract, from what I understand, for this year.
Yeah.
The sort of events that you're hoping to run, how does that work? Obviously you've got equipment that you can use here and everything, so that's all got to be put in place.
Yes. Obviously we've got, the way the site lays out, we had to find some crash barrier, some good crash barrier, motorsport crash barrier. That wasn't easy to find, but it became pretty obvious to the way we're going to lay the place out that we needed something that was going to do the job and enable us to keep. I think we couldn't have the place become too sprawling; it'd be difficult to manage. So we've had to find that, which we did. We've got that from McLaren actually, which was cool. Got it from their private test track, which was good, which means it's the right thing for the job.
Yeah.
Because we need to make sure that the place is safe and it's got a chance of working without becoming too complicated. You kind of forget how big Centre Pod is, because their pit area is over a quarter of a mile long.
Yeah.
So for us, we're only an 8 mile track to start with, but for us we needed to keep everything as compact as possible. One of the advantages of here is everybody will be on hard standing. There's such a vast amount of concrete and tarmac area here that everything's on hard standing, and we do have the luxury of we've got the luxury of space, so we don't have to cram everything in. Obviously we won't have a lot of people come to the event to start with. It's going to take time to build up. It's not going to be, it may not even be successful. We've got no idea yet, because we haven't even run our first event. So, you know, you've got no idea what's going to happen, or whether people are going to come. Because obviously Kent is right. You can see the sea from here. It's just over there.
Yeah.
We're on the coast. So, you know, it's possibly a fair distance for some people to have to travel. So we'll just have to see.
But it's a historical place as well, which gives it the added value.
Oh yeah.
Poddington with Centre Pod, Northfield with Northfield. They were all proper Battle of Britain, if you like, and some of them First World War sites. So, you know, this is a historical place. Now, with regards to the sort of classes, if you like, what you're going to have here, what's your aim for this year?
Well, we're grassroots, and so the classes we're running are going to reflect that. We won't be running the same kind of classes that they do at Centre Pod for national events, because we haven't got the facilities to be able to do that. So we're going to run more traditional classes that you see in no prep. So we're going to run big tyre, small tyre, tailgate, which is pickup trucks. We're going to run probably front wheel drive class. We're going to run stick shift, which is manual cars only, obviously. We're going to run true street, and we're going to run daily driver. All the daily driver and true street cars are going to be proper street cars. The daily driver will be an average class. We do have timing equipment, but we won't have the timing equipment, you know, to the sophistication level you've got at Centre Pod, because we just haven't got it. We can't afford to buy it.
And you've got to run the cable in and everything else for that.
We've got a system to run, but we just haven't got, you know, we haven't got a brand new porter tree, like a lot of the other tracks have got.
Go back to old school. Thanks.
Yeah, we're going to do some filming today, and that's going to be flashlight, because that's what we've got. But we will have a timing system in place, hopefully, for when we start in April, which is our first event. I think it's the 11th to the 13th of April.
All right.
Hopefully, subject to us getting all the permissions we need, but that's what we're aiming at. We had a work party here today, or yesterday, beg your pardon, and we had 25 people turn up.
That went very well, didn't it?
Sorry?
That went very well for you.
It did, and it didn't rain, and it didn't snow. It did snow overnight, but when we were here, it didn't. So that was good, and you know, we got a lot done. A lot done.
So, this is an exciting project for you.
Sorry?
It's an exciting project.
It's one of, I'll be honest, and I'll be totally honest, when I knew that we had the opportunity to do this, I thought about it for 2 weeks before I decided we were going to do it. I was going to give it a go, because there's so much work involved. I know that, because as I said, I've been in the business for long enough. I knew how much work, and it was like, do I really want to do this? And do I really want to dedicate the amount of time it takes over your life? It will do. I'm trying to stop it. I've got my own businesses. I don't need to do this for a living, not in any way, shape or form. But if somebody, I've got the skill set to be able to do this, to give it a chance, because of my experience doing festival work and things like this. I know what needs to be done. I know what building blocks need to be in place. And I'm doing this for the future. It's not for me, it's not for my generation. I've been racing like 25, 30 odd years. But it's for the next generation, because the people that start that build cars, that want to build cars, that are youngsters, they need somewhere to go, they need somewhere to start, and then they can gravitate from possibly. What's interesting, there used to be a track here called Screaming Alley Raceway, which was a long time ago, in the 80s. Me, Bill Wilson, and quite a few others raced here. That was in the 80s, and we're still racing now.
Yeah.
So hopefully, we might be able to do what we're going to do in Manston Raceway Park. And the people that start racing here, because that's when I started, doing things like Screaming Alley, will be still racing in 30 years' time, because we need the next generation involved in drag racing. So I'm not doing this for me, I'm doing it for the people that are in their teens and 20s and 30s.
So is this going to be almost, in some respects, early stuff, run what you brung, have a go?
Oh yeah, we're doing, oh sorry, I meant to mention, we're doing run what you brung without any question. That's the backbone of it all the time. We might even do some index classes. We can't do bracket racing, but we might do some index classes. So if it's 8th mile, we might do like 7 second or an 8 second or a 9 second 8th mile class. You know, just something, just real really basic stuff, because that's all we can do here. As I said, we're a grassroots track. We're not ever going to be any more than that, because this is the opportunity for people to start racing and then move on from here to possibly gravitate to racing at Sands Pod in the national.
So it's going to be in the control tower here?
No, no, this is just convenient because we've got access to it. No, we'll be down there. We've got portable buildings and stuff like that arriving in about 2 weeks, so we'll build a control tower and an information come office, and obviously ticket entry booth and stuff like that. That's all coming. It's all the building blocks, but we've got to find these things for the right kind of money. We've only got a year, so we can't invest a huge amount of money because we've only got a year. We've only got 7 events to recoup the investment that's being made, not just in time and effort, but also financially.
Is this your investment, or is it a partner?
No, it's mine. It's mine.
It's all yours,
yeah. Well, I don't particularly want to be in a situation where I've got to ask other people for money, and I've got no guarantee or no guarantee I can give them that's going to be successful. You know, at the end of the day, you know, this is something that I can do, and if I can do it for the right kind of money, then I can fund it myself.
Yeah.
At the moment,
it's good, isn't it? It's good, isn't it?
It's fun. It's fun. It is.
So you will have, say, like a run what you've run, so there'll be an entry fee, that sort of thing. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
The way it's going to work, we're going to have a test day on the Friday afternoon. We're going to open the gates, let the competitors in on Friday. This is the plan at the moment. Let people in on Friday. If they want to do test and tune on Friday, they can do. Will be a fee for that. I think it's 40 quid. Saturday we do a race, so you'll get 2 hits, then into first round in whatever class you're in. You can buy back if you want to. If you lose first round, you can buy back. That'll be on one day. We'll run that to completion. That'll be, say, for instance, a Saturday. Sunday, exactly the same again. You can buy in to another race. If you race, it's going to be £80 to race. If you want to do run where you bring, it's £40. If you get knocked out in your race, then you can go into run where you bring if you wish. We're not going to have, you know, anywhere near the kind of numbers, car counts that you see at Sands Pod, so we'll probably have the facility to be able to do that.
So I guess everything will be done daylight-wise.
Yeah.
Because obviously the lighting and everything else is
we haven't got any. No, we'll have some, but you know, to keep the site safe.
Yeah.
But
and you haven't got any embargo on sound or anything like that because of where you are here. A little bit. But
I was mindful of that because the part of the airfield we're in, it's right close to the 8299. It's as farthest away from civilization as we can be, from residential and what have you. A lot of what's around here is industrial, so it's got nobody there at the weekend. There's plenty of noise here. It's an airfield. It's not an active as such, but there's a heliport here and other stuff, and you do get things that do land here. So, I don't think noise is going to be that much of an issue.
No. It's exciting.
It's fun. It's going to be interesting to see how it goes.
Will you ever bring your driving school here, or will that remain where
it's not really. I mean, the way I look at it is, if I'm running it, that's my job. My job here is to run it. That's the way I can make the most effective contribution to run it, orchestrate it and manage it. I've never driven at any of the events I've organised. And when we ran Top Sportsman at Santa Pod, never drove. We ran that for, I don't know, 7-8 years. Never drove, and I won't at these events because my job here, I'm still racing at Santa Pod. I'll be racing in the National Championship in Pro. That's the plan. We might be doing this, but I'll be going to Santa Pod because I won't be racing here. I'll be racing at Santa Pod.
Absolutely.
That's
and
the
then
plan.
some of the people over the years, just to change the subject slightly, some of the people, Teffies and all of those people have all come through your school.
Oh yeah, Steve Ashdown's been through the school.
Yeah.
Obviously his daughter Bailey. There's quite a few. Simon Innes. Simon Innes started with us. John Everett. I mean, there's usually you can say there's a percentage of people that race at Santa Pod that compete there have gone through the school. The school was set up simply to give people the opportunity to try. Obviously, we've had quite a few people that have won national championships with us. Dave Catton, Mick Howling, John Everett, Martin Kirbishley. We've had our share, which is good. I mean, it's my way of giving something back to the sport. And, we will continue to do that. If anyone wants to, I'll still do it. It's not done for money. It's done because it gives people the opportunity to get involved in the sport and see if they like it.
Absolutely, yeah. So I'm really, really pleased for this because it is a separate entity and not taken away with what we got here already because it's fantastic. But this gives other people the chance, and down this way as well, to come down and have a go and see what it's like.
Yeah, exactly that.
Yeah.
Exactly that. Yeah.
And I guess the advertising side of it, so it's going to be, I guess you're going to have to hit the likes of maybe Custom Car Magazine.
Yeah, they've
all
been
of
supportive.
those, motorsport.
There's a feature in Custom Car this month.
Yeah.
It's very nice of them to do that. Thank you. I mean, as I said, I can't do this on my own. There's no way I can do this on my own. I need the help from other people. And like all the people that volunteered their time yesterday, this is something that I can facilitate it, I can make it happen, but I need other people to help me because otherwise it won't. It's going to take all of us to make it happen. And so far, we've had a lot of very positive responses from a lot of people, and people like, for instance, we've got Brett Featherstone has helped us out with a few bits and pieces, and so has John Beam, and the people like that. So they live down this kind of way, and they've helped us, point us in the right direction when it comes to locating bits and pieces for the right kind of money, because we need stuff, and we can't pay, full price for everything. Not for any other reason than the fact that the project can't afford that. It's as simple as that. It's got to be something that we do keep a very close eye on the costs, because we've got a year to go to get it back. If we can break even at the end of the year, then great. That means we've then achieved it. A lot of people have come, had fun, enjoyed themselves, and possibly we've started some people on a journey into drag racing as a motorsport.
Yeah. I mean, I've known you for many years, and for you to do this, I've got to have a chat with you about this because
it's nice. Thank you.
So, if the opportunity arises to continue here, you're going to take that opportunity?
1 year at a time, Nigel. I've got no idea if we're going to get any longer than 25. With the kind of money, the investment in this place that's needed to make, what I've been told, that's needed to develop this as a commercial airfield, because it will get developed at some stage, not a case of if, it's a case of when, is £650 million. So when you're dealing with people that are dealing with those kind of figures, we're not very important. And I understand that, and I understand that what we're doing here is we've got an opportunity. We've got an opportunity to have some fun, to put some money in their pockets to justify their faith in us, to generate some income for them, and we'll do what we can for 25, and that's all I'm looking at the moment. If we do get any more than that, I won't know until the end of 25 till we get to the winter time. So I'm looking at it from the point of view of we're one and done in 25. If it does go any further, it's a bonus. But at the moment, I'm just looking at the fact that 25. I've not got any indication of any sort we'll go any further than that. So if anyone wants to come here and race here, they need to do it in 25, because there's a very good possibility we won't be here in 26.
Yeah. Paul? Oh, we're closing it. You're a busy man. We've got things to do as well. It's great.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming down. I really do.
Yeah, no.
It's good to see you.
Yeah, and you. Paul, nice to see Sam as well. Yeah. Good luck.
Thanks.
Maybe we'll come down again. One of your meetings.
Yeah. By all means, every time.
Yeah, Lisa likes. She wants to race my car. Or your car. So yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, fine,
Thank
thanks.
you.
All good.